Hi friends, today I'm going to take you on one of the most exhilarating experiences that I've ever had. I get to try off-road racing and take on a professional driver head-to-head on their own track. Oh no, I don't have any experience doing this, but I'm going to have 12 laps to learn the track and try to set my best time. Then the pro is going to get in the car for one lap and set his best time. Who do you think is going to win, and by how much? Let me know down in the comments. Becca's going to sit this one out, as this was actually a birthday gift that she got me, but don't worry because she'll be back in the next video. It looks like we're all clear to go, so why don't we hit the track for lap 1, which is going to be our exploration lap. The goal of this lap is to really learn the track, and to make it easier, I've come up with fun, clever names for all of the turns and key moments on the track. Hope you enjoy them. The first section we encounter is Branch Out Bend. There's a big tree on the left and just a small chicane that you have to make it through before the first straight on the track, which we are calling the throttle tester. As you pick up more and more speed down the straight, you quickly approach a section called the Ripple Run. There's a bunch of short turns that once you get to know the track, you can almost do at full speed. And next up is the big swoop. I really wasn't ready for how much traction you can get on the dirt tires. And you can really see over time how much speed I pick up coming out of this corner. And now we're coming up on the Green Reaper. You gotta be careful here. If you take it too fast, you'll go straight into the forest because it changes from dirt to grass right here. So we're gonna slow it down and whip the car around so we can take off to the next section. As you come out of the turn, you start to pick up speed. And you go through a small technical section, which we'll call the Shaggy Gate. After that is the longest straight of the track, descended straight. Now, just as you've hit max speed, all of a sudden you're approaching course correction, where you have to slam on the brakes and head to the left so you don't go straight through all the pylons. Next up is the Hidden Hook. It's a tight turn, it's very tricky to navigate as you can't see the line coming out of it. If you manage to avoid hitting pylons so far, watch out, because now it's time for the home stretch squeeze, a very tight turning section that you can actually take pretty fast once you get into it. And finally, you wrap it up with the Reckless Roller, which is a big burn with a finish line right after it. And that's my first lap around the track. I came in at a blazing 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, if you can tell, it was a little slow in some of the sections, so I really need to pick it up in the coming laps if I have any hope of coming anywhere close to matching the pro at the end of this video. The first step to bringing down the lap time is really figuring out how fast I can enter certain sections and where I need to brake in order to make the turns. By lap 2, I shaved 44 seconds off my original time with a 2-minute, 36-second lap. Take a look here. Going through Ripple Run on lap 3, you can see I'm really starting to trust the car more. I'm taking technical sections faster and using more of the track as I exit the big swoop. All these things combined bring my lap time down another 11 seconds, so now I'm at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. For the next few laps, I really try to figure out where I can hit full throttle, like of course on the descended straight. This brought my lap time down to 2 minutes and 16 seconds. But then something changed and I started to hit my limit, and laps 6 and 7 didn't show any improvement. Now remember, this is a car I've never driven and is much different in terms of driving quality from your regular car. So I really didn't have any experience, for example, using tires meant for off-road racing. Now, with these tires and the brakes on this car, you can brake a lot harder than you ever would on a regular car, and the car will actually stop. So what we did is a brake test to show me just how hard I can hit the brakes with off-road tires and no ABS. I also worked quite a bit on the Hidden Hook. I was losing a lot of time there as I was kind of either coming in too fast, too slow, or not using the entire track. It's a really tricky technical section, but slowly I started to get it. As I was working away on all these separate things, all of a sudden they all started to come together on lap 8. I was more confident going into fast sections and hitting braking zones so I can come out of turns faster. I was also using a lot more of the track, which gave me better traction, and again, I could exit turns faster and accelerate sooner. I also got a feel for how the car was sliding around and how fast I could take the Reckless Roller. The next few laps were really fun as I went back to back and just kind of worked and reworked each of these sections, memorizing it, getting a feel for it. So laps 9 and 10 were actually the exact same time, 2 minutes and 13 seconds back to back, which is kind of cool. Once you begin to memorize the track, you can really start to speed through a lot of the technical sections with confidence. And on the next lap, something cool happened. Another car came onto the track and I got to follow it for a little bit, which was a totally different experience. It was honestly really cool and one of the highlights. Somehow this also ended up being one of my fastest laps at 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Now that I've done nearly a dozen laps, I'm feeling a little bit more confident, perhaps a little cocky. It's finally time to take on the pro. Those last few laps, I was feeling like I was really getting the hang of it and improving. So I'm really hoping on my one final lap that I can shave off at least a few more seconds to get somewhere close to the pro. Here's me head to head against the pro. I'm on the left, and he's on the right. I'm not gonna cut away, but I'll walk you through some of the things that I noticed and hopefully you pick up on them too. As we start off, you can tell he accelerates much faster off the start. At Branch Out Bend, the pro quickly gains a lot of speed coming out of it, but I don't do too bad there either. This is key because then you get to benefit from that early acceleration all the way down the throttle tester. We both fly into the ripple run, but if you look, he has a lot more control and is much smoother. We take the big swoop head on. Is it just me, or have I made up a little bit of time here? All to be lost going through the Grim Reaper and heading out through the Shaggy Gate. To be honest, I still haven't quite figured out this part. The pro is so far ahead now as we go down the Sunset Straight. My mistakes from the previous turns are really going to cost me here as I just can't make up that time. Nothing to do but enjoy the pro navigating course correction while I catch up. The car feels like it's floating around underneath us when he drives, while I really have to fight it to get it through the hood and hug at speed. Pro's now coming to the home stretch squeeze, and while it looks like he's going to take the top step as he approaches the reckless roller, the real question is, how close can I get, and did I improve on my fastest lap up to this point? In a shocking development, the pro's time was 1 minute and 54 seconds, a whole 10 seconds faster than my time of 2 minutes and 4 seconds. But this is still my best lap up to this point, so I'm quite happy about it. Now look, I wasn't fooling myself thinking I was gonna win, and I'm sure the pro can drop that time down in a split second or something like that. This was an incredible experience. I learned a lot and had a blast. Thank you so much, Becca, for getting it for me. And if you have any questions at all about it, please drop them down below and I'm happy to answer in full detail. Give this video a like if you really enjoyed it, but make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Not only is Becca gonna be back, but we're heading to Brazil to experience Carnival firsthand. This is gonna be a real adventure. How you doing, Beck?
I'm good, I just really have to go to the bathroom.
All right, good luck.
So,
You can go.